my ass up. That's Terry Warfield.
What's up, y'all? Terry Warfield back for another video. Man, look, I missed y'all. Since my last review, I have missed y'all. So look, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, make sure you drop a hashtag up in here in the comments so that your boy knows that you're up in here. So guess what I'm filming on, y'all? Guess what I am filming on right now? I know a lot of people have got their hands on one already. I don't give a shit. I finally got my hands on one. A Galaxy S9 Plus. Now, for, y'all know I've been using the iPhone X. And it's been working for me despite its shortcomings, not having a lot of advanced features like the Samsung and things like that. But it does just work, and I've been happy with it so far. But everybody knows that I love Samsung. I love Samsung, and I'm really kind of getting that Samsung itch again. So, I thought the Galaxy Note 8 was great. Y'all know I love the Galaxy S8. And now that the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus is here, I want to see if Samsung can win me back over. Now, I'm not going to turn this into like an iPhone versus Samsung thing. I want to really know if this phone is good enough to make me switch back. Let's check it out. Guys, so we actually have the blue one here, and this thing is damn sexy, but you already know what to expect when it comes from a Galaxy phone. I mean, honestly, it looks just like a Galaxy S8 Plus. Unibody construction, dual curved edges. On the left-hand side, we have the Bixby button that nobody wants and nobody gives a shit about. Volume up, down on the top. You have your SD SIM card tray. On the right-hand side, your power button. And guess what we have on the bottom, yo? We have a headphone jack. Man, I cannot tell you how much I miss having a headphone jack. Now, I know most people use Bluetooth headphones, so do I, but there's that 1 or 2 chance scenario where you get in somebody's car and it's an auxiliary cord, right? Or maybe you just want to plug in a set of regular headphones because your battery or your Bluetooth headphones are dead, and it's still nice to be able to just plug in a regular 3.5mm jack. Why everybody is getting rid of this shit, I don't know. I appreciate Samsung keeping that. And also you have USB-C and dual speakers on the bottom, so we'll cover that in a second. But you already know the laissez-faire with Samsung, man. Sexy phone. I can't really say much more about it, but I do want to include the fact that guess what's on the back now, right in the center where it should have been the whole time, the fingerprint sensor, and also dual 12-megapixel shooters, which we'll get to the camera stuff in a second. I'm not going to sit here and give you a list of specs. If you want specs, just go on Samsung's website. You can find out every single little spec that you want. You can find out the milliamps of the battery, the speed of the processor, all of that stuff. You guys that are watching this video probably already know about that. And honestly, it's really the S8 on steroids. So everything you're getting with the S8 and the S8 Plus, you're getting in this phone. Just a faster processor, better speakers, better cameras. So with that being said, I'm going to actually skip to some real world shit, okay? And that's comparing Face ID because, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. The major competition is the iPhone X, and that's what I'm using right now. And I have come to actually love Face ID without a fingerprint sensor. So, if I'm thinking about switching back to Samsung, I want to see, now that I'm used to Face ID, how transitioning back would be. So, obviously, like I said, we have a fingerprint sensor back on the back, and you also have intelligent scan. So let me re-expose real quick. Okay, you have intelligent scans. So that's supposed to be a mix between iris scanning and also facial scanning to use both at the same time to make it faster, more secure, things like that. I have not set it up yet, so I'm going to bring you guys in on the setup of intelligent scan. Let's do it. And we're going to go to lock screen and security. A smarter way to verify, is that so? Let's continue. Get ready to unlock your phone by showing your face. Hold your phone 8 to 20 inches from your face. I think I'm in there. Boom, it worked. Iris registration. 10 to 14 inches from your face. And get this, there's a register with just one iris option for people with one eye, okay? So let's continue. Come on. Boom, it worked. All right, so now we have both registered. Turn on intelligence scan. That was the whole point of this. Turn on. All right, so let's see how well this works. Now, this don't have a lift the weight feature like the iPhone X, and actually I think it does. It's just buried in the menu, and I'm not about to turn it on. But I don't have a problem just picking up the phone and pressing the button. Wow. Shit, that was fast. Let's do it again. Boom. That's impressive. Now let's kick it up a notch, okay? I got some, you know, some old $15 shades here. I don't spend money on sunglasses. And they got fingerprints all over them too. Let's put these on. Some people say I look like Diddy. But let's try it out with sunglasses. Well, no face has been detected. Let's try this again. Hold phone farther away. No dice on the second try. Let's try one more time. No dice. Now, like I said, it's good that we have a fingerprint sensor on the back for redundancy, but that's disappointing. And it's disappointing because Face ID works. I can have a hat on, sunglasses on, and it'll still work, okay? So not that this is a deal breaker, but it's an adjustment going back to Samsung that maybe the intelligence scan is not ready to compete with Face ID. All right, so performance-wise, the Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S9 are very similar. Now, you know, the S9 is newer, so it's got a faster processor, not that much faster, more RAM, and in my opinion, the two big upgrades are the camera and the speaker. So, you know, from an overall performance standpoint, you're not gonna notice that much of a difference. Now, we will see how this new chip holds up against the Android plague. Y'all know what I'm talking about. How the phone is real fast when you get it, and then 6 months later, the shit's real slow, and you have to, you know, reset the phone and all that stuff. So we'll see how the new Snapdragon holds up. But back to the two major updates. The camera. Now, I've always loved Samsung cameras, and honestly, switching to an iPhone camera where it's more so point and shoot, even though it works, I do miss having Pro mode where I can go in and adjust the shutter speed, the aperture, things like that when I want to. Okay, with that being said, the inclusion of portrait mode now is amazing for me on the Galaxy S9, and it's even better than the iPhone in my opinion, because after you take the picture, you can actually adjust how much blur that you want. The other good thing is it takes 2 copies of the photo. So it takes one with this variable background, all right? And then it just takes a regular old landscape or portrait, however you have the phone oriented. So you get to keep both of them. And then like I said, on the portrait one, you can adjust the slider. Now, it doesn't have all the lighting effects that the new iPhone X has, but again, not deal breakers. Not everybody cares about it. Honestly, I don't really use it. Now, the next thing that I really love is this new slow motion feature. Now, I don't know any other phone out there that can record above 900 frames per second slow motion. Check it out. Now, the good thing about this slow motion is it has this intelligent feature where there's a square in the middle and it can detect movement, which is like, yo, that shit is dope. And it does a very good job. So it'll film, and then as soon as it detects movement, boom, 960 frames a second, I think the figure is. What that boils down to is real good footage out of a cell phone. Almost good enough that you would think that it was taken on the actual camera, even though the slow motion is technically 720p, which at the end of the day, who cares? But being a filmmaker myself, that's an awesome feature to have in a phone. Or if I'm out somewhere and I want to capture some super slow-mo to maybe throw into another project or something like that, I got the shit right in the phone. Lastly, this phone has, to my knowledge, the first actual mechanical variable aperture. What the hell does that mean, Terry? Okay, aperture is the little diaphragm or whatever you want to call it that opens and closes. Okay, so basically the lower the number, the bigger the aperture, which equals you can pull in more light than you can a camera that maybe can only go that wide. Okay, so what does that boil down to? That boils down to being able to take way better pictures in low light situations without having to use post-processing and all that stuff, because there's an actual mechanical aperture in the lens. Now, I don't have any test shots for you guys. You can search around on the internet for the new, for the S9 test shots, but the results look great. And in situations where you may not have a lot of light and you don't want to use the flash, that variable aperture will come into play. And I think that's a huge upgrade from a camera perspective. Now, I'm not into like the Animoji crap. I don't use it on iOS. I'm not going to use it on this phone either. But there are some pretty good updates to the camera. Now, everybody hated on the Galaxy S8 how tiny the speaker sounded. And it's a trade-off, man. You want IP68 water rating? Okay, but this is how we're gonna stroke you on the back end. You're only getting one tiny sounding speaker. Well, they fixed that on the Galaxy S9. Now you get two speakers at the bottom. I mean, I know they're not front firing, but can't win them all. But now you have two speakers at the bottom, and here's some sound from one of my videos. Check it out.
Why me? Why is it so difficult for me compared to everybody else?
Yo, them speakers are a huge upgrade coming from the Galaxy S8, and bravo Samsung, man. Everything everybody hated about the S8, y'all just fixing everything. So how can I really complain? The speakers sound amazing. Now, I wanted to move back to the fingerprint sensor, okay? It's nice that Samsung finally put it right where it should be, where your natural index finger position rests. It's disappointing now that other phone manufacturers have figured out a way to implement the touch sensor underneath the glass, yet Samsung still hasn't did it. So, kudos for putting it in a good place, but then you get negative points for not putting it under the glass, because that would have made this phone future proof. So I'm on Samsung's website, and the retail price of the Galaxy S9 is $719.99. Honestly, that's not bad for how much technology or how well of a package the Galaxy S9 is. The Galaxy S9 Plus, $839. I mean, I don't think it's an increase from last year, but I don't think it's horrible for what you're getting in this phone, and it's still cheaper than some of the competitors. Okay, so here's the major question. Now that I've spent some time with the Galaxy S9 Plus, how do I feel? Well, like I said, y'all know I've been using an iPhone X, and, given its limitations, it served its purpose, and it still is, and it works very, very well. I don't have too many complaints from the phone itself. My complaints are more so operating system complaints, you know what I'm saying? And I knew about those when I got this phone. I think the Galaxy S9 provides a huge value for how much money Samsung is asking. And even if they went up a few dollars, because they did, I still think that it's one of the best values out there. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. But all the things we hate about the Galaxy S8, they fixed them, right? It got faster, it got a better camera, it got better speakers. They moved the fingerprint sensor location because that's what we wanted. Newer version of Android, new version of Samsung Experience. Like, all those little boxes that we hate, they fixed them. So it's like, when I had the Galaxy S8 and I wanted this perfect phone, they did all that stuff and then gave us the Galaxy S9 and Galaxy S9 Plus. So I think this is, aside from the Galaxy Note 8, the best Samsung phone ever made, and honestly one of the best values out there for the money. So bravo to Samsung. Y'all really kicked ass on this phone. All right, now here's the $1,000,000 question. Am I switching back from iPhone X? Honestly, I can't really answer that question for you right now, because I do miss Android. Like, I miss all those things Android brings, all the little small things that iOS doesn't have. But I just miss how the iPhone works day after day. No slowdowns. The apps just launch. Even in its simplicity, it's still a beautiful, amazing phone that just works. And I know if I switch back to Android that I'm gonna miss that, right? But I know if I give the iPhone up, there's gonna be a lot of things that I'm glad I have back here, but then I'm gonna miss the smoothness and the reliability of iOS and the iPhone. So right now, Terry Warfield is torn. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50, and I'll have to report back to you guys, you know, maybe soon after this video is made on the decision that I make. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Again, I try not to make it like, you know, tech spec driven and all of that. I try to make it like a real world use type of review, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you go back, check out some of the previous videos. Make sure y'all watch Or Die Trying. It's the craziest fitness video out there for you guys that are into fitness. I have a few videos of the AR9 up and a few phone reviews at that also. So I hope if this is your first time on my channel that you subscribed. If y'all noticed, I try not to cuss so fucking much. So, because I know a lot of y'all be complaining about that. But thanks to everybody who came and watched, spent some time with me. I really appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later.